Yo.
Hey!
What's up? I tried to beat you to it.
I know. I was like, who's going to do this?
We're doing
All right.
39 episodes.
Episode 39. Wait, we're doing 39 right now?
In a row.
Like, in a row.
Yep.
That's like 39 hours, give or take.
Every previous podcast we've done.
We should do that.
In this one.
It would be very difficult.
I know.
All
It'd
right.
be a weird time warp thing. But we have a special guest, and it's not David.
It's not.
He's an unspecial guest.
No, not very special at this point.
Paul from Galactic
guys.
Comics.
Galactic Comics and Collectibles.
Galactic Comics and Collectibles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember the collectibles part. Don't forget
Long name.
To be fair, I've been staring at your logo for like the last 45 minutes.
Right.
And I didn't see and collectibles.
And collectibles. Yeah, that had to get added on later. But, shout out for my wife on that one because she created the logo. I had my hopes of what I wanted to look like, but my art skills are somewhere around a 2-year-old or less. So she was able to bring that about.
So basically you're saying you're better than I am.
I don't want to say I'm better, but we can compare later.
You should... Wait.
And everyone else will
It's bad.
probably mock us.
Are we talking about length or girth?
Oh, that's a fair
Does
question.
it count if it looks like a cheese wheel?
or depth. Depth. That brings a whole new aspect.
Yeah,
to it.
that's weird. I think that's liquid, though.
Are we going to go lay in the snow for this, or?
We're going to have to after that.
So Paul, probably first question on our mind.
Sure.
What is it? What do you do?
What is it? What do I do?
What the fuck do you do,
What do I
man?
do?
Why are you
what do I
here?
do? What do I do? Absolutely nothing useful. Oh, right, that's right. I'm slowly building an online comic store. Comics, figures, statues, collectibles, vintage. You name it is the goal. Everything cool. The website will be coming. My website designer, Danny. Hey, Danny is probably working on it right now, unless he's watching this podcast rather than working. Get to work, Danny. So online next, and hopefully within the next 5 years or so, we'll have a physical store here in Bangor.
That would be very cool.
That's the goal. Yeah.
What does that mean for your current position?
My current position?
Try not to die.
Try not to die. Try not to fall out of the chair.
That chair sounds like it's gonna let you go real quick.
Yeah, no kidding. No, currently I'm just hoping to stay upright for the rest of this.
Yeah.
Current position is right now I do work full time, and I'm going to be aiming to get done with that and turn Galactic Comics into a full time gig. So
That's very cool.
That's kind of what we're
the dream?
trying to do
It is,
for
right?
everybody.
Literally
Dream.
the ultimate goal of anyone. Just do what you like to do,
To be self-sustaining.
not what you're forced to do.
exactly.
Right.
And I've done the forced to do deal for a long time. And it pays the bills. It keeps everything going on. And
right.
it helps create Galactic Comics. And it was either comics or a professional hockey player, and not a single team's called me. So we're going comic wise.
I've been deleting your voicemails.
Oh, damn it!
The
Now I know where it goes.
the popular hockey team,
Right.
Patriots.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Insert. No, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys got nothing.
The Bears.
Eagles.
You guys got nothing. The Bears. No, we do not.
No, that's fine because if you're not Canadian, no one else knows anyways.
That's true.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Well, we're honorary Canadians.
I do know the only thing I know about hockey is the word Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
But when he did that field goal after par 4, it was over after that.
Yeah,
I don't.
That slam dunk.
I didn't understand when he took that foul shot from the penalty box.
The sports knowledge in this room right now is incredible. I am
amazing.
blown away by
We are
it.
What's the big trophy? The Stanley Kubrick.
The Stanley Cooper.
So is it safe to say in all of the gaming you guys do that video games based on sports probably don't happen? I'm hoping.
What's that?
I own
okay, good.
NBA. I own NBA 2K16. I'll have you know. But it came as part of the Humble Bundle.
Let me
You're
tell
stuck
you.
with it.
What is sport?
Right.
It was funny. Okay, so
Sweating doesn't take place. That's over.
Here's my extent of the sport thing on video games. Is one time I lived with a bunch of sport freaks, and I'm like, oh, I have all these systems. I'll go out and buy a bunch of sports games these guys can play. I must have spent probably about $80. And if you go to anywhere and purchase sports games for video system, like for any sort of video game system, $80 is literally 80 games. Because they're dirt cheap.
Unless it's the current year.
Yeah, you get everybody runs out and buys the current year. I mean, I can't tell you how many guys I know do that.
I picked up this Madden game and it just said, "Please just take me."
Yeah, free.
Please take me.
That's really my extent.
I was at a party once and I set my drink down on a coaster and then I put my drink up and it turns out that it wasn't a coaster, it was NFL Blitz.
Actually, NFL Blitz 2001 was one of my favorite sports games that I ever played. It's the only one that I to this day pretty much play.
To this day, I think right now, Kelly plays the game that can most closely resemble a sports game. You're playing a lot of racing games.
Yes. I guess you could resemble
That's really
that
it.
as some sort of sport.
Hey, you know what? You ask NASCAR if racing's a sport, they'll fucking
Kill you.
They'll tell you all day. They'll literally tell you all day.
They'll pull out their shotgun out of their truck and probably kill you.
That left turn on the car there is just a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
You gotta get that steering wheel to go that way.
I learned recently that they don't always take only left turns.
So occasionally they go
They
right.
have like, what is it called?
Road course.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, if you turn right, there's a wall there, I think, from my hallway.
I mean, if you turn right, generally you have a tire down.
If you want an expert opinion, ask Dale Earnhardt.
That's true. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
So I am I'm interested to talk about comics. We know obviously what they are.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't own comics.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't dislike comics.
No,
we just
absolutely
don't
not.
know about them.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
kind of
it
like
can be
the
a great
tabletop
source
gaming.
for that.
I know that it is a massive market
Yeah.
in some in a lot of cities. I know that they turn a lot of them into movies and ruin it. For a lot of people.
A fair share. So a lot of guys have seen a couple of the Marvel movies then.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've seen, I think, all of them except for
Ragnarok.
one.
Sorry.
I haven't seen that yet.
No?
I haven't seen it
Not
yet.
good.
Okay. Is it a movie that's enjoyable? Absolutely. If you're a comic book fan and you actually read everything, you're like, wow, this is an abomination.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
It looks like it was
So
trying
I'm
to be
literally going- so I'm literally going to
Guardian
love
of
it.
the Galaxy.
Right.
Basically.
We walked out, my wife was like, that was great. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know?
You just don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's
like
exactly.
Let me grab this
movie.
body bag out of my trunk.
I mean,
What are you doing over there?
Nothing.
Enjoyment's sake, absolutely.
So-
Fun, but
I know there are very rare comics. I'm curious, and I'm really curious. Do you have you gotten your hands on any of these super rare
any
comics?
of the super rares, none of the super rares. So they have what they call keys. A lot of guys are now going into keys. So it's your first appearances or your deaths or something like that. So I've had some of your minor ones like Wolverine #1. That was a big seller, but it's not the first Wolverine. That was back in like the 60s and goes for crazy money.
It's safe to say that originals obviously are.
Yeah, you get the originals. You're
So,
talking.
I've got this issue. I don't know. It's mint condition Action Comics issue 1.
Issue 1.
Preparation H would fix that for you, buddy.
I tell you, if you were sitting on that, or if I had that, I probably wouldn't still be doing the small scale Galactic comics, because I think the last thing I saw one of those selling was like around $1 million if it was mint.
That's
Like,
it.
I also wouldn't be announcing it live on
Chump
Twitch.
change.
that I have
Wait, you got a corporate card, right?
Right? Yeah.
Done.
Just slide it.
Done.
Problem solved.
Couple 12 months from now, I could have that much.
I'm sure that
Like $1 million or 18 bitcoins or 37 Atari tokens.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear the new cryptocurrency is from Atari?
No, really.
Yeah, there's
called Atari
an
tokens.
Atari cryptocurrency.
Yeah, we kind of beat that into the whole last podcast, but yeah.
Okay.
I thought you
All right.
might find that kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that's some old school stuff right there.
So, yeah, I can't answer. You can't really answer that. I guess you could. Okay.
I can try. Comic questions, I can try.
Give us
Stop
a
being a
ballpark-
tease and ask the fucking question already.
Give us a ballpark figure. Doesn't have to be exact.
All right.
The most expensive comic that you have passed through your hands.
Did I pass through my hands? Oh, geez. All right. So I just sold what's called a yellow label. So it's an autograph book. It's already sealed up. It was a 9.8, so it's considered perfect. That one moved for $100 last week. I've got some more coming in. I don't know if you guys must know Ninja Turtles, Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, of course.
I've got 2 yellow label Kevin Eastmans coming in. So those are graded books. They're autographed, and the autograph on them are COA. They're guaranteed. This is legit. It's not, some guy in the basement. Some guy in the basement, I swear. So,
Paperwork comes with those? Is that how they do that?
Well, it's a fully sealed case, so the paperwork's kind of like enclosed with that case. It's all, you're done.
So
It's
you
there you
just-
go.
something you
It
display.
is the paper.
Yeah, it's a display. Yeah, you're not going to open it. You're not going to read it. It's I want this for my collection.
Collectible
You've
thing.
got that artist piece to it. So, so right now, the Francesco Mattina was my big one that I just moved last week.
Yeah, Francesco.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him.
Good old Francesco.
Yeah, no,
classic.
I know.
Classic Francesco.
You guys hang out with him
who it
on
was.
weekends usually?
Huh?
You guys hang out with him on weekends usually?
Yeah,
First name
all the time.
basis.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, Stan Lee's in the.
Yeah, I just lent him $20. He never even paid me back.
That mother.
So there we go. So there's a good little story for you. I, being the giant comic nerd I am, my wife was awesome. I sadly missed Bangor Comic and Toy Con last year. It was on my brother-in-law's wedding day. Bastard.
Oh,
Who,
man.
gets married, who gets married on con day?
Sounds
Assholes.
terrible.
That's just inconsiderate.
It really is. But the wife was awesome. She said, "Hey, tell you what, I'm getting you tickets for Boston Comic Con for your birthday."
Very cool.
Wow.
So we went to Boston Comic Con. It was incredible. Stan Lee was there. I knew this was my last chance. I said, "I'm getting a Stan Lee autograph."
Stan Lee?
Stan Lee. The Spider-Man creator, the Marvel guy.
Oh, I hope you. I was hoping that you were going to talk about Stan Lee Tucci, who whose unforgettable performance in The Devil Wears Prada was amazing. But that's not.
No, you. I think you do need to get out a little bit more because that was getting. Yeah.
You do.
The Devil Wears Prada. If you're getting to the point that that's the last thing on Netflix to watch, you got to get out.
Okay,
and I'm really surprised that you.
That was a really good movie.
I'm surprised that you even watched.
So you don't hate on Devil Wears Prada.
I'm surprised you even watched that movie because you're wearing flannel.
I retract that statement.
Yeah.
It's about to be redacted. Kelly, do you read comics at all? Like at all?
Maybe when I was a little kid, a little bit.
What are you trying to say, Kelly?
Enough.
Yeah.
You want to go, bro?
I mean,
Paul will fucking throw you down,
How
man.
dare you insult my comic collection that doesn't exist?
I'll insult that any day.
I tried to get into comic collecting back when I was living in like my shitty one-bedroom apartment. I gotta tell you though, if you do not have money, that is a terrible thing to start.
Yeah,
I believe that because I mean I've seen some comics move for money. I mean even $100 for a comic, it's insane.
It's nothing compared to what
I
some
can
people
relate
pay.
to picture books.
And you start. Well, that's understandable.
I can relate to picture books.
And you start trying to keep up with stuff on a weekly and monthly basis, and it will bankrupt you in a hurry.
That's
But
crazy.
at the same time, you find something you like, you get it, you start collecting it.
That's the thing though. Like sometimes, like with us, it's like what are you collecting that? Like comics to me, it seems strange, but it's not so strange because it's no different than collecting. Let's see, pop filters or. Pop filters. Pop filters. Pop figures.
Coming soon to your auto parts store. Pop filters.
Pop filters. Yes.
I don't know, we seem to
Come
have
see
a
my
nice
weird collection of pop filters. I have
like
one right
5.
here. It's around.
Everywhere. There's one sitting right here that I'm not using.
This one's got a strange bendy thing on it.
Right. So
Does that make it more collectible at this stage?
Probably, yeah.
With the bendy. I would assume.
When it stops bending, it'll probably lose some value.
They make a pill for that too, I think.
they do make a pill.
That
for
is true.
It's this one.
Or if it bends too much, you might have to have surgery.
He likes to be fully prepared. Tony
If it
does.
bends too much, you can call yourself Gumby.
Or
Or if it doesn't bend too much, you can call yourself Gumby. Basically, I'm saying your name is Gumby now.
So I definitely understand why people collect things like as far as comics because
Right.
like for me I collect video games and I collect systems.
Right.
Okay. So
Someone up there is using emotes.
because it's Lumithica. Hi Lumi.
What's up,
What's up,
Lumi?
Sketch. So I do understand it. Everybody's got their kind of thing. My girlfriend
you get your interest.
books. She likes her books.
Yep.
Dude, for me, it's music. I collect CDs.
Yep.
Like, I, follow thousands of bands.
And it gets expensive, doesn't it?
It is very
Video
expensive.
games get very expensive.
And I
too.
also collect
Same
video
concept.
games too, so I have two things that basically render me broke a lot of the time. So
Well, realistically, if not, you're collecting money, and who the hell wants to do that?
I collect stray cats.
There are people out there that do.
I noticed that. Actually.
wait, where's the rest of your collection?
Wouldn't you like that?
I would actually.
It's classified.
Classified. So
The one thing you shouldn't collect though is you shouldn't pull a Buffalo Bill. If you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
Put lotion on the skin.
Yeah. That's
or else it gets the hose
bad
again.
thing to collect is people's skin.
Do you love me? Could you ever learn to love me? Anyway,
Can I say I am a little nervous because I don't know how many people know actually my physical location of where I am right now. So, with this conversation and with him with his pill, I'm getting a little nervous.
I'm going to tell you right
But-
now. 2 people know where you are right now.
Oh,
Yeah, two people, and actually one of them is on their way here.
Okay, I should have used a safety word before I started this.
So, the comics. Okay, so you do the comic thing, but you also do something else. Do you also do the collectible
doing
part?
the collectible part. So all of your figures, all your statues, including video game ones. I'm doing getting in some pops, doing around Street Fighter, some
That's
of the
kinda
Street
cool.
Fighter vintage figures,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I've
I
moved
might
a
have
couple
to
of
come
those.
over and check out your.
Eric
Yeah.
might like that.
He doesn't
he
have
like
a
Street
physical
Fighter?
location, dingus.
Well, I know, but
he-
I feel like I have a little bit more of an in.
Yeah.
him.
The physical location is on the works, and if you know me real well, you can probably swing by and dig through the massive amount of collection that's trying to go out. So
I heard a story.
Yeah.
I heard a story at my work about something that happened to you at your home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I feel like it's safe, and it goes right along with what we're talking about. I heard that you made a large purchase of a bunch of figures.
I did.
And it was kind of overloaded your home.
Yeah,
with so much stuff. And I'm more concerned how your wife took it. She was okay?
She was actually pretty happy with it. Yeah, okay. You know, God love her. She's pretty tolerant and puts up with it.
So the deal was good.
I've got my the deal was amazing. And in fact, I just completed my second deal.
Wow.
So my man cave is it's in the back, and it's always known that, hey, you know, whatever I got putting in there is no problem, and it keeps kind of spilling out more and more so. But yeah, if you guys look at my Facebook page, Galactic Comics and Collectibles on Facebook, the front page there is my oldest daughter in front of it. She was stoked. Just
I don't think I saw that yet.
No,
I'm gonna check that
it's
out.
up there. I filled up the dining room table just with all of the figures that came in.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But we got more coming in, and I have a good video game buyer on me right now that picks up a lot of the video game stuff that I move, the vintage stuff. I'm always trying to keep an eye out for it. I did a huge move on vintage video game guides, and these are like old school Super NES stuff.
Wow.
That came through, and that's actually where I met him.
That's
Josh.
cool.
His name's Josh. He's down east guy, and having to hook up with him, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you know these are killer. Keep an eye out." So I'm always getting more buyers in and trying to find out what niche you guys want and try to keep up with it.
Yeah, it can be very difficult because it does change.
It does. I've got another great buyer that does World of Warcraft, but he wants specific World of Warcraft stuff. And I'm like, oh, World of Warcraft comics, that'll be easy. It's not. You go on eBay and there aren't even very many. It's a bitch to find those things.
So it's kind of like a very niche.
It is, yeah. You know, there's a very small group of it out there, but for what I've seen of the stuff, it's awesome. If you're into doing World of Warcraft stuff, it's great. They have some really famous artists that did the work. It's cool. But
it's cool because I feel like some people are just going to be naturally geared towards that kind of profession, because not only is it the act of finding these, but it's kind of like the thrill of the hunt. It's looking for them.
It's awesome. It's my hope is to be able to turn this into my own real life American Pickers one day. Or they had a show on a Toy Hunter where the guy was out digging through everybody's stuff and barns and everything else to find all these old vintage toys that were lost in the world.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's fun.
That's what happened. You remember how
picturing you in a detective. With a magnet.
You think so with the magnet? I could probably pull that off.
Do you remember how excited I was when I found Brave Fencer Musashi? I spent 5 or 6 years trying to find this damn game.
I
finally found it after that long.
It's killer, isn't it? When you find that thing, because I've been collecting for years. I've been doing.
You can thank 3D Games for that.
Yeah, thank you very much, 3D Games.
Love 30 games.
Yeah, 30 games.
Okay, all right, they're bringing that back up. I thought it said 30 games, and it clearly did not say 30 games. It was 3D Games.
Okay, so the reading is a low level. That's why the comic books don't quite interest you, Dave.
Right.
The pictures are good, but
sometimes even with the glasses, he still has a hard
sometimes
time.
words are hard.
You know what? First of all, it was far away, and second of all,
I couldn't read the giant banner they had.
The 3 and the D were squished so close together that it just looked like it. Fuck you guys.
You're gonna get 3Ds later.
Wow.
I was halfway through. I'm like, should I be saying this? Then I'm I'm already halfway through it. I might as well.
Yeah, you got it.
You gotta finish.
So, the collectibles. Again, the same question as before.
Yeah.
What was the most expensive one that you've moved, and what was it?
Man, it's most expensive collectible I moved thus far. Oh,
because I know some of those can get pretty pricey.
Oh, they are. Yeah, and it's hard because I'm sitting here thinking, what have I bought so far? Because some of the stuff I've had and what I spent on it. Jeez. I'd probably have to say that would have been a complete pack. It was a Cyclops Dark Phoenix. That one went for $50 so far. I managed to get another one of those in.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Some of the Build-A-Figures, if you do the completed Build-A-Figures, some of those go for huge money. So you got to get out there and you get the guys that are doing 6 or 8 figures, and each one comes with the one piece. And, you build some of these guys. The old school ones, like the Sentinel from the X-Men. I don't know if you guys know. Giant robot, kills everybody. Yeah, you're talking $125, $150 all easy.
Wow.
And sometimes more than that. You get the right buyer in good condition. But
I was trying to find, what was it, Molag Bach? Was it Molag Bach? I can't remember. I think it's Molag from Final Skyrim.
Yeah.
Molag. To go with my, I have a, what is it, Alduin?
Yeah.
And I wanted to go with that, but I ended up.
Are you sure you're a fan of this series? Because you seem to be questioning a lot of the names.
All right. First of all, my memory is fucked. We all know that, so I have to bits and pieces. I have to put it together. So I was trying to find that, and it was like $175, and I'm just like, I can't spend that much on something like that. But my brother ended up giving me one.
Well, that's always a
After
killer.
a while, that was great.
That's always a killer.
Thank you, Jake.
And that is one of the things I'm trying to do for everybody too. You know, I'm trying to keep my prices as low as I can because I've been a collector for years. I know what it's like.
you know how.
You know, and I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, I'm charging that extra $1 just because I can. It's, you know, realistically, what can I get it for? What can I invest in it? And
Right.
what still keeps the lights on and the business growing.
Right.
But help out everybody I can the best I can with it.
What would you have to say is your favorite comic or collectible that you've ever gotten in that you're sad that you had to sell?
Oh, my
Yeah,
favorite.
something that you kind of wanted to keep yourself.
Great question.
You wanted to hoard it?
That regretter move, that one that I was like, oh man, that went fast. I just had a back to Francesco Mattina. It was Dark Knight's Metal #1, and it was a duel of his. So I had the both color and the black and white. And actually, I was getting up. I got up that morning and said, you know what? I've had it posted for a while. That's it. It's coming out. I'm keeping it. It's mine. You know, I was asking a good price on it, and I came down and I turned the computer on, and there it was, sold. I was like, I try not to pay myself too much. I try to make sure that everything's growing the business. And I said, you know what? I'm keeping these. These are mine. And they were gone.
They were gone. Yeah.
They were gone.
Yep.
Yep.
That sucks. Because, like,
It's a bummer. So that's one of those things you may never find.
You may not. They sold out. I mean, you know, Dark Knight Metal is sold out. It's a huge series going on right now for guys that are into Batman. They've created a ton of new characters with it. And it's pretty awesome if it's somebody that wants to get into reading something right now that's out there.
Right.
The idea that Batman's been pulled to an alternate dimension and replaced by a pile of evil, like, nightmare versions of himself. And everyone's trying to stop him. So they created, I mean, it's the idea of an evil Flash, which, I mean, you kind of have with Reverse Flash, but it's got the Batman-ness to it.
There's like 8 of them, though.
Yeah.
Right, right.
8 evil Flash. It's getting confusing.
They did the
kinda...
Man Who Laughs that looks like the Joker with the Batman suit on, and he's got it's kind of like the Michonne idea where he's got all of these deranged little Robins on his leash and they're all like zombified. I mean, the stuff for the artwork's awesome, and it's pretty cool. You know, if you want to get into that kind of stuff, you know,
See,
your current reading is huge.
I hear like, you know, whispers and like, I mean, the people that I know that are into comics.
You should go to a psychologist if you're hearing whispers, man. Like,
but I shouldn't, because I know they're you whispering to me when I'm in bed.
yeah, that's kind of
different when you're awake.
Wow, that's disturbing.
And then it gets even weirder when he whispers, "I killed Mufasa," and I'm just like, all right. But
that's how he wakes up every morning.
What was that? Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh, that was one of my ones that moved. I had managed to get in a huge collection I bought. I'm still digging through. It was like 1,400, 1,500 books.
Wow.
That was the other one I dragged home. The wife was like, "Where's all this going?" But in that was A Killing Joke, and I had the first print, issue 1. That is a fantastic book with the Joker.
How do you store all of those when you get these gigantic, like
the gigantic lots?
Gigantic lots of
You know,
books.
have you seen Hoarders?
Yes.
It's very similar. It's very similar. You know, everything goes into boxes. You do your comic boxes, and I try like hell to organize. You know, you
gotta keep that stuff dry.
And you gotta do everything dry. Everything's gotta stay mint. You gotta get it good. And this was a hard one because it was 1,500 books at once with no order, complete chaos. So it was getting the boxes out and trying to even start with this is Marvel, this is DC, and this is independent to even get a baseline because there was so much of it.
That's so funny.
That sounds like just a task and a half.
Yeah, it is. You know, if you're gonna put the work in it. But being a giant nerd, it's like, hey, what the hell?
That's the way it is.
That's, exactly.
That's what I do with my music.
You make these sacrifices, and you just, if that's what you want to do, you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, same sacrifices that we make here, and all this space that we're losing in our living room for this, and you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do.
Even though we're sitting in a 23 by 25 foot room, it's pretty
all
big.
the cables.
I was gonna say, actually looking around, I'm like, man, I wish this was my cave because I could really use some space right now.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, in
spacious room.
I'm working. The wife and I have been discussing trying to reset some of the house a little bit because of my man cave. So I've got all my personal collection stuff is blending in with what's for sale, and I'm, you know, if I do have people that are like that I know, they're like, hey, can I swing by? And how much is that? I'm like, oh, that's mine. Not having it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah,
but then it's kind of like, well, I could.
Right,
there's an interest for this.
There's an interest for, and that's when comes the okay. You want one of these? Let me see when I can find another one. But I mean, hey, it helps because you get buyers interested in other things, what they're looking for.
Honestly, that actually sounds like a kind of good idea. Display your own things so people know what's out there.
What's out there? This is what I like. Do you think it's cool? Do you want me to find you one or something similar? Yeah, you know.
Basically just playing practical jokes on the customer.
Right. Hey, you like that?
Really
Like that? Well, you can't have
That's
that
not
one.
for sale.
But there's like a 1 in
What's for sale?
150 chance that I can find you one.
You can't have that
make this
action
happen?
figure, but I got some forks.
See the one that was on clearance last week that no one wants? I do have this one.
I have some used tampons. Would you like those?
Somewhere in the world there's a market for it, and that's
Why do
what's
you have
scary.
used tampons?
That's a very good question.
What the
I
fuck?
steal them from the women's bathrooms.
Oh shit, that's funny.
You know, there's personal collection, and then there's just ew, and I think that goes into the ew area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
That's in the My Strange Addictions category. Have
Right.
you guys ever seen that show?
No.
Oh my
don't-
god. I got a quick
Is
story.
that the one where people
Crazy.
like
Yeah, I've seen
people
it.
like marry like stuffed
eats-
animals and stuff?
Got some creepy stuff.
Dove, what are you
Hi.
We
doing?
probably should get the
Welcome
cat,
to the cat.
off the table.
The cat's here.
Hi, buddy. You want to be on my lap? Come on.
So the
There goes
cat
my
has
phone.
decided to come join
Participation.
us on the table. He's usually not allowed up here, so we're gonna just kick him down real fast. There.
Which one of the strays is this
There's
exactly?
his butthole in the camera.
In my camera specifically, like just directly that way.
I apologize to anybody.
This is
that
like the
witnessed
second time today this has happened.
Dear Twitch TOS, that is not porn, I promise.
Okay, so back to the
And if it is, dear help, God help us, that is terrible.
back to the My Strange
ahead.
Addictions. It's this show where people like have strange addictions to eating things, like textures of things. There was this one episode where this lady like had a strange addiction to eating used diapers.
Wow. I could actually help supply that
Well,
at my house with the munchkins running
That
around.
was
but
the Winter
that
House
is-
Gaming
So like she would eat.
Yeah, that's the end. You just railroad the whole podcast.
Yeah, man.
Dead silence at that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, isn't that I heard about that from someone at work the other day, and I figured I'd share.
You guys
it.
have the wrong
Thank you.
conversations.
Right.
I
like,
think
I
we
don't-
have the right ones.
I don't know whether to just pretend you didn't say it or call the cops on your company.
Both.
Both. That's disgusting.
I'm overworked and underpaid. Please call the
Now
cops.
that's all I'm thinking of.
All right,
I don't
well.
think about that. Yeah.
Anyway,
That's off a different topic.
on to our
Let's move on.
all right. So, you know, being a gaming podcast, we would be remiss if we didn't at least talk about a little bit of gaming.
Yeah, we can do that. For sure. We'll get Paul back into it after
yeah.
his hiatus from having children and a wife and life.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
Paul,
it
no, I-
happens periodically.
I know you said that you don't do a lot of gaming.
I do. Yeah. Not a lot. A little bit.
I mean, but you know, with this topic, I mean, Nintendo Direct just happened. Big stuff happened.
You gotta
in the
explain
world
what
of gaming.
Nintendo Direct is.
Nintendo Direct is basically just kind
It's
of
like a
you ever heard of
30-minute
E3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of just like a mini E3, but just Nintendo, where they just kind of showcase new stuff
Alright.
that they're working
They
on.
have a
and-
funky name for it. You think they would do something a little more catchy?
right.
And it's
right.
very.
I don't know.
short
They're
notice when they do
directly
it, too.
showing things to you.
No, I know, but Nintendo Direct, it sounds like PS Now.
Yeah.
Right, I'm waiting for like, is this another system coming out? Is
Yeah.
this into
Yeah.
the
Anyway,
you
go
know,
ahead.
your instant
I
gaming?
apologize.
Yeah, so let's hook it up. What do you
So
got?
new Super Smash Brothers was announced for the Nintendo Switch.
Yep. That's coming.
I assume you've heard of.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's big.
Do you get requests for those amiibos a lot?
Well, you know what? Here was my really sad disappointing thing was when I picked up the giant lot of GameCube games and found the old Smash Brothers GameCube in there. Case is mint. Open it up. No game.
No.
No game.
Fucking game.
Someone
Ah.
bought the case for like $5.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the case moved. I mean, you know, there's guys that are looking for them, and through all the GameCube games, I was digging through them, and you had, you know, one's got Zelda on the front, and you open it up, and it's basketball.
Oh, gross. I hate when that happens.
Give it about
That's
3
disgusting.
years, and they're gonna be coming out with Zelda basketball. Yeah, because
We've
they announced a new
officially
Mario
run
Tennis
out of
today.
ideas. We're moving on to Zelda basketball.
Well, there's already
Please
Hyrule
don't.
Warriors, the
Just-
Dynasty Warriors ripoff.
Or that
with
fucking
Zelda.
that stupid bridge portal game.
Oh yeah,
Can't
I don't
talk
even
about
want
So
to
continue with your Nintendo Direct, Tony.
A lot of these is, I mean, they're popular, like Mario Tennis Aces. Obviously, a big seller, day one purchases for all of us.
Yes. How did you know?
A new WarioWare game. I was into WarioWare for.
Wait, WarioWare?
Yeah, you ever heard of WarioWare?
What the hell's WarioWare?
It's
I
like-
know Wario. I mean, I'm
Wario.
a lifetime Mario Karter.
Yeah.
Yeah, WarioWare is basically it's Mario Party, but instead of it's like micro games. It's like maybe quick 5 to like 5-10 second games where you had to like shake the Wiimote really fast to make
crap.
something happen.
Pass.
Yeah.
It is fun. Like it is.
It will never beat Fusion Frenzy.
I see that as a drunken game that ends up being fun until it turns into a fist fight.
Have you ever played Fusion
Yes.
Frenzy?
Yeah. You're drunk,
Fusion
and it goes
Frenzy.
flying, hit somebody else. Yeah.
That's right.
You throw that at me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is something the cops get called for at 2 a.m.
Detective Pikachu.
Stop. We're gonna stop this segment right now.
No, we're not.
I'm getting angry.
Can I say, as a non-gamer, this still does sound like it's going downhill fast.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, you're railroading this
this
whole
sounds bad.
situation.
Yeah.
Winterhouse Gaming is
I
crumbling
was looking
right
forward to
now.
this, like, as he's building
We are
Nintendo Direct up.
losing
I'm like, oh, here we go. What do we got from
Now I want to
Nintendo?
leave.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Don't
oh,
wanna be
this
here anymore.
this is sad.
Okay, give us something good, man.
As an old school Nintendo guy, this is sad.
Okami HD.
No, pass. One more time. One more time. One more time, and we're done.
One more chance.
The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is coming to Switch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold on.
That's
Hold on.
strange.
This
I
is
don't care
strange,
about that at all.
but-
No, hold on. That leaves a whole other question that I think is very important, and I feel like we've talked about it before. Exclusives on systems. But what happens if they start taking the exclusives away from systems and putting them on everything else?
Oh, Crash
what they're
Bandicoot's
doing.
already been on Xbox.
Well, I know, but they're like, I mean, realistically, it's kind of been a PlayStation thing. I mean,
Beforehand,
it really has. But now they're pulling it and putting it on everything else.
That kind of ruins the label, you would think.
Right.
I mean, that's got to bring it down.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, so growing up with Nintendo, you know, I have always loved Zelda. I've played most of the Zelda games. You know, I don't want to all of a sudden see Zelda out for the PS4 or, you know, Mario Kart coming out for Xbox would just be really disappointing. Like, come on, man. You know,
It almost ruins it.
Yeah, it kind of does,
that
right?
was kind of the idea.
It kinda does.
You know, where I was going with that, it would almost ruin the name. But anyway, go ahead.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, there's Nintendo Direct in a nutshell.
Other news, and
They
this
had a
might
whole-
actually make some people
They had
really
a
mad.
whole event on just that stuff.
No, there's other stuff, but I didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
I sense a feeling there and it was hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It happens.
There might be more feelings hurt by the end of this.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Fortnite has been announced for Android and iOS.
I don't care. Move on. Fortnite's fucking garbage.
Yeah. I'm not a huge
Agreed.
Fortnite fan. You've seen Fortnite, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You've seen like pictures of it or whatever.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you maybe played it.
I
Unfortunately.
just figured that it would
played it the other
infuriate Tony, so
So the topic needed to be brought up.
yes.
It really does.
It's understandable, man.
But anything going to mobile is a very tricky situation.
They say that it's going to be linked, like for players.
There's gonna
to-
be a cross save and all this stupid
Is that really
shit.
that enjoyable though? I mean, ultimately, I mean, well, no, I mean, anything that gets linked that you're doing on your Android. I know I've got a buddy of mine that plays a lot of games, and he says, "Oh yeah, they just came out with the Android version of it." And you start looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't seem like that much fun. You know, if they're doing the joysticks on screen, that just is awkward. It sucks. If
Yeah.
really, no matter what, it kind of
games
just
are
kills
weird.
it. I mean, it's a great. I have time to kill while I'm sitting here for 2 minutes, but other
Right.
than that, dear God, give me something else to do.
Mobile games are weird. They're
Yeah,
weird.
I've never
just doesn't
really
really-
been
There are
one.
people that stream that mobile games though. So I mean,
Really?
there is
Yeah.
a market for it, and if you have a controller, I guess it'd be all right.
Right.
You can hook PlayStation 4 controllers into phones, can't you?
I don't know.
But why the hell do you
Why
want
are you
it?
asking
Why
me?
the hell do you want it? Well, I mean, realistically,
Yeah, I mean,
if you have to travel, there's so many better gaming travel systems out there.
there
You know?
are.
I mean,
like
look at the Switch alone. Look at the Switch alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that would be the only way that would be enjoyable if you can like the whole cross play thing going to Switch, because you just take it with you. If I'm sitting
Right.
here playing PUBG and I save it and then transfer it over to Switch and then go,
Right.
I could keep playing. So that is a good idea.
You know you got a
But
trip. You know you
mobile
got
is weird.
downtime. It's something to do. But
Mobile is weird.
Yeah.
Did you look like you were going to say something?
Nope.
Okay. I don't think they should move a lot of games over to mobile at all.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
very
agree.
weird. Square Enix did that one day. Like they just
do
all
it
of a
all the
sudden
time.
they all of a sudden had like a shit ton of games that were going over to mobile.
Yep.
And they were twice as much as they were on console. Like $20 for, I think there was a Final Fantasy game for like $20.
well, that's a huge game out there, though. But at the same
Yeah.
time, how does that do as a crossover? I mean,
Yeah, it's true. But they did do Final Fantasy 15 mobile, the Pocket Edition.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It was actually, I played a little bit of it. It actually wasn't super bad. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't horrible.
I still
I
have.
like it's not super bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say it hasn't been sold on me that I actually want to spend any time on this.
right.
You still have what?
It's not super bad.
I still have to beat regular 15.
Yeah. Oh, you
Still
haven't beat that yet?
No.
Yeah. You played it quite consistently for a while.
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought
And
you
then
were
I
not
got to the
playing.
last boss, and then this is when I had the Xbox version. I got to the last boss, and I couldn't beat him, and then I sold my Xbox. Had to sell my Xbox for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Got my PS4. Got it for PS4, and then I'm like, well, I've already been through basically the whole game.
Why would you want to?
Why would I want to go through it again?
It sucks.
Yeah.
But now, like, I'm forgetting like, everything that happened. So if I play it again now,
Might be worth it.
Basically, like a new game.
I
Right,
have it.
right,
I have it.
basically,
I
yeah.
have it on Xbox. You could always just finish it.
Yeah.
That last guy.
So let me ask you guys.
Like,
Yeah, let me ask
yeah.
you guys this, because this brings up one of my thoughts. Is like, I've got those games. Arkham Origins. I was nearly done with Arkham Origins, being the giant Batman nerd that I am. Almost had it done. PS3 crapped out.
Oh,
Went
no.
to the PS4. Origins has never come out, so I haven't been able to finish that one. I need to get off my ass and finish Arkham Knight. So let me ask you guys.
That was an excellent.
I think I know where your
That is
question's
fun.
going.
So let me ask you, what's each one of you? You had your game. What's one of your game there that you're like, damn, I wish I could finish that, or I need to go finish that, or everybody's got those ones you sit on. That one game that was
every
good you
game
sit
I
on.
own right now.
These guys have too many.
Oh my god, there's so many things that are like half done.
Right.
And you just move on to something else. I mean, basically pick one.
Right. Because I know one of my friends is a completist. That he literally has to beat it to the point that he's got every single
I'm that way.
trophy done. And I when I play games with him, we're playing. We play like Borderlands or something. We get together and do that online.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, Jesus, how much time have you invested?
I'm
in
that
this?
way on
Like-
Ubisoft games, like Far Cry and
Okay.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed was the last one I had 100% in. I'm like 3%
There it is, folks.
away.
36 minutes into the podcast. Far Cry. David
I know.
talks about it.
I'm so excited though.
I
can't
know
help
we're
it.
both excited about it. I'm so excited. But for me, I need to finish The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I've heard
It's,
hear ya.
it's hard. It's hard. I know you're in the same boat.
I
And-
have it on PC. That's what I originally bought it on. It runs great on PC. It looks amazing, fantastic. I had to put a few mods on it to make it a little bit more playable, like
Okay.
a little bit more accessible. I had to make a mod that lets you fucking level up at a decent rate, except
Right.
for 9 hours to gain half a level.
Also,
It's
I've
crazy.
heard that about that.
the thing about The Witcher 2 is like if you miss a certain like item that you're supposed to have to defeat a certain kind of monster, you're not going to be able to like defeat that monster. So, and it won't let you go back unless you have that,
that
saved.
sucks.
So
Right,
the
that
thing about
sucks.
The Witcher 3 is it has these items that you need, and if you don't have them, then you're just basically fucked.
And then you just invested all this time for nothing.
Exactly.
That sucks.
Oh, I saw.
So-
That's a poor construction, really, in some respects.
2 games actually right now that I just thought of because I looked over and saw it. Mafia 3. I really want to finish that, and then I also want to finish Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah. I heard Sleeping Dogs was good.
I need to finish The
It's
Last of
fun.
Us.
It's very fun.
I've been playing that.
Okay, so I got my PS4 with The Last of Us, and I started
Oh,
it.
The Last of Us.
I started, and you guys are probably gonna hate me for this one.
I already hate you.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I know where this is
I was
going.
really, really disappointed because I was stoked. I was all
So
excited, and I was really
what were you disappointed about? Because I can
Okay,
hear you out.
Get the belt.
Okay, all right. All right, so I'm in for like, I don't know, I like the games that are realistic and you're building. So he's building, you got next to nothing. You got to go scrounge. I love that idea. I love the survival deal. So
What was that? One more time.
So
Wait,
here
did
you
you-
are. I've got a fucking a beer bottle I can smash somebody with. I got 2 rounds left, and the first guy you encounter, some asshole coming at you with like 100 rounds, he's shooting at you galore. Now you finally get down there and kill him. He's got a bullet left. What was he counting? How the hell did he manage to shoot at me 100 times? I finally get there and kill his ass with whatever I can find, like a brick.
And he's
he's got one bullet. I'm like, come on, man, give me something. If you have a
I'm
little
going to give you
realism.
a hint. It's a video game.
I demand better. I demand better.
okay.
You
so,
can only suspend your disbelief so long.
The thing that got me with that game is the fighting mechanics. They're just very clunky. And
Yeah.
especially if you look at
I would agree with
Uncharted
that, what I've
4,
seen.
in comparison, Uncharted 4 is so smooth.
Right.
But also, we're
I
also
love the
talking about a
Uncharted game.
PS3 game as opposed
we're also talking
to
about Uncharted.
a PS4
Right.
game.
Right.
And it's,
Right.
yeah, Uncharted, which
is actually
glorious.
one of my games, like one of my series that I have to
Yeah,
go back
he
and
needs
finish.
to go back.
Oh, I love Uncharted.
Uncharted 4 it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's fucking.
He needs to go
Those are
back
amazing.
and finish the whole lot of
Pray. I need to finish that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact,
I
you know
thought
what?
you did.
Bringing that
I
up, that is
didn't.
another
I'm
game that I
like
mentioned it. My
maybe
PS3
like
shit
half
the
an
bed
hour
on me, and
into
I
it
was like
because
almost done with
There's
both
no
the Uncharted games I
direction.
had on my PS3.
They
for
don't
that.
give you any
Died
direction
out.
where you
Yep.
have to go.
Yeah, and I got the flashing red light of death.
walking around for like 5 hours.
And
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
It sucks.
And they don't tell you. They don't give you a hint.
Right.
Nothing.
I think it'd probably be worth it.
It is. I'm gonna get that in a couple of days, probably.
Now, you guys
so weird. I thought for sure you finished that. I'm freaking out over here about it. I have no idea why.
So here's a little pop for you. Another one I'm doing. Actually, I forgot to mention. When my website gets done, I get my vending stuff done.
Okay.
Board games will be incoming. So I've got friends of mine. We get together. We do game nights. Usually once a month. We all have kids, but we turn them loose and throw out a bucket of candy on the floor and just hopefully they'll.
Yeah, just put food, water, change a litter box.
Things on the floor.
Go find these. You'll be fine.
Change a litter box and they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
It's a couple hours.
Everything's good. So we do the game nights here with board games and everything. I've got those coming in. You guys do much board gaming?
We don't do a lot, but we just played one night Ultimate Werewolf, and it was amazing.
Oh my god, one night Ultimate
hilarious.
Werewolf blew my mind.
All right, see, no, that's one I haven't heard because I thought of it when you guys were talking about what was it, The Witcher, where you couldn't upgrade. And I just played a game that was similar to that. It was I think it was called Dragon Hunt, I want to say, and for a board game, and you were going through that, and it was the same damn thing because it was like one that you were.
Like if you missed something, you couldn't.
Right, you're competing against one another, but also working as a team to try to beat the game itself. But going through it, we found, and you went through dungeon steps, and we went into the second dungeon. You were pretty well screwed. Everything there was going to kill you. There was no way you were going to ever build your character. So it's frustrating when you play those games and you see that, the video game side, the board game side, if they don't get those steps done right.
Right. That's crazy.
Maybe realistically playing again, we could find a better way.
You know what I'm going to need you to do? Is I'm going to have to get in contact with you because I want you to stay on the lookout for a couple PS2 games that I've been looking for and I cannot find them.
I can do that.
The old PS2 dot hack games. Because those were amazing, and I can't find them anywhere. There were very rare.
Yeah.
And I beat the first one, and then the rest of the next 3 just stopped existing.
That's one of those collectible things that you would have.
And those are the things I try to keep, and I have a lot of buyers like that I keep that list out and I try to keep an eye out for because I try to hit as many places as I can. I look through stuff. You take the time to try to find connections for these things. And then the other hard part, you are trying to find stuff for a reasonable price because, somewhere out there, that game's out there and the guy's going to charge you a fortune because he knows he's got it.
Yep.
And that's the hard part.
He knows you want it. So
exactly.
how much
you said if you're contacting me, I know I got it.
How bad do you want it?
Yeah, exactly.
I was surprised on how, even just that Brave Fencer game, I was surprised at the price I got it for after trying to find it for so long.
Dude, yeah, because that game is pretty damn rare.
Under $100, and that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When I did the book collection of all the Super NES games, I did the entire set for $125. I know there was easily $500 there, but I said it's not my deal. I want to move to another collector. I didn't have that much invested in it, and it was amazing the amount of guys that were thinking I didn't know what I was doing, try to teach you for that one book that they know is $150 by itself. And, I'll give you $25 for that one because it's you're only asking $125 for everything. I'm like, I'm not stupid. I know what I got. I'm trying to help out another collector. This isn't my gig, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you watch any game shows at all?
Do I watch game shows?
Yeah.
That's a very strange one. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Right.
No, I mean like
have you eaten pizza before in your life?
For instance, do you watch things like E3?
Do I watch Gotcha. Okay.
Just the reveals and stuff like that.
Right.
Do you follow any of that?
I periodically do. I used to be able to stay on top of a little bit more. But working full time with 3 kids with Galactic Comics, and also for anybody that back to the sports deal, I'm a goalie for ice hockey, which occupies a lot of time. I don't have as much time as I wish I did for everything. So
yeah. I keep forgetting you do the goalie thing sometimes. But. Yeah. You got most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah, you got to do that whole stand in front of that.
Goalie, kids, comics.
You try to figure out which tier comes first, and usually it's whichever one's screaming the loudest. Yeah, that's what I go for.
E3 is coming very soon.
In June.
I see. This was
it's not very soon. It's in the next 3 months.
This was the move over to E3. Let's discuss, but it was we're trying to segue.
Yeah, a little bit of a segue. Instead, we just say segue, and then it just goes right over.
And that might have been that might have been smoother if we had done that this way. To be honest with you, Dave, because that went nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
We don't mind on the Winter.
Wheel of Fortune's awesome. Fucking right.
We do exactly what we need to do to get it done. We get relatively excited around that time, E3, because of all the games that come out that we just go fucking apeshit.
We just get massive boners.
So. You should finish Last of Us as soon as you can, because they are going to reveal Last of Us 2.
It's really tough.
Not even reveal.
Can I realistically, if it wasn't like built hard drive into my system, I probably would have sold it by now because I disliked it that much. I was that disappointed.
That's crazy.
I know.
Congratulations.
okay.
You are the one person who doesn't
like it. You found him. There's one guy out there who didn't like it, and you found him. Sorry, that was me.
And everybody hates you.
Yep, I know. I just alienated everyone. Right now, people are like, "Fuck that guy."
The story,
Yeah.
the story is worth the sometimes clunky gameplay.
I can understand. I was following this. The story was incredible. I was following the story. It was great. It was great.
Maybe you could just watch the gameplay instead of actually playing.
Yeah, I consider that. I think it'd be worth it. I could see that.
Yeah.
And maybe I need to give it another run.
I've done that.
You know, I played my buddy. I have a friend of mine who's a huge gamer. He loves video games. He's been into it for his whole life. And you know, the first time we brought over Borderlands, I was like, you know,
Right.
And then it grew on
and then it
you.
kind of grew on me, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to borrow it?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, leave it here." You know, and I found myself at night playing it, and before long, we were doing, you know, the Borderlands games at night and getting everybody together to try to beat it a couple times through, and you know, so maybe I need to go back to Last of Us. Maybe I need to throw it back in there and say,
The
"All right,
Last of Us is one of those games that just takes. You don't ever end up liking the combat. You just get.
You just live with it.
Yeah.
You just live with it because it's that good."
It's kind of how Tony explained it to me last night. You know.
Was that my supposed to explain it again?
Yeah.
Did I say something that was smart?
Was that my cue?
You basically just did.
Yeah.
Like this, like when
never gets any better.
Like when you combine the story and the gameplay and like the combat mechanic, like out of a scale of 100, the game ends up being like a 95.
Well, you see, I mean,
but
I can
it's
see
because
it.
the story is like 150, but the combat's like 30 because it's so garbage.
Bad. And actually, the storyline's incredible. The artwork's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
but
still
for
an
me,
almost
the
perfect game.
gameplay and the combat stuff was just.
It would have made a good
pissed
book.
me off.
And I'm sure there's a book out there that's probably
There may
Or
very
even
well
a really,
be.
really good movie. The Last of Us would have made.
You mean The Road? Isn't that what it was called?
Oh my god.
Actually, yes.
Dude, I
That's
mean,
very, very similar.
I just sat here and watched two minds get blown right there. That was like two of them right there.
Yeah,
gone.
it's because it's a movie that I have seen, and it's basically
the same thing.
I read the
basically
audiobook
same
first.
thing.
You know what's hard is if they went back now to do it with zombies being so much in the market, would it even get noticed? You know?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, it's The Last of Us.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a huge following on it, but if you look nationwide, it's hard because zombies have been.
But then there'd be
Saturated
a certain
the market.
it's huge.
there'd be a certain expectation level where
That's
people,
true.
PS4
The gamers
and
would
PlayStation lovers would be like, all right, you better fucking do this good or else like
Right, we're gonna come after you guys. It's
Yeah.
gonna go nuts. Yeah.
You're gonna get the soap.
yeah.
The soap. So they're obviously going to do another reveal of Division 2 because they just came out with that.
Yep,
first
they did.
Shooter kind of thing.
Yep.
Kind of over the shoulder, really. Great game. Did you end up playing that yet?
I didn't.
You haven't yet.
So it's more third
I saw
person
that
over the
full
shoulder.
moose for like
Think of it.
$20.
That's a great game. I mean, that's a great price
See,
for that game.
now I've been getting into more third person over the shoulder type action games like
over the shoulder hand stuff.
Yeah, over the shoulder hand stuff, like, you know.
And then, of course, another one I'm extremely excited about because I've been a Destiny fan for a while. Anthem, actually. Kind of along the same lines as what I feel like.
Well, let's see how bad EA fucks this one up.
Oh. Yeah, they haven't had the best run.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Going back to games I need to actually finish. Mass Effect Andromeda. Like,
It's funny how
I don't hate myself
the list
that
keeps
much.
building when you do it. You're like, oh shit, man. You know what? There's another one that.
Fucking everything.
I was so excited for Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, and this is echoing the sentiment of basically everyone who played the game except Kelly. I bought it day one and I was so excited, and then I just wanted to like it, I guess, so much that
I've done that before.
I forgave a lot of things, and then after a while the scenes kind of started to show, and I'm just like,
right.
I'm all set.
I can't hate you, Mass
Didn't that
Effect
kind of
Andromeda, but I
Didn't that
can't
kind of happen
love
with
you.
you and I to No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're just like, oh my god. I at first loved it, but then I'm just like, I love it when it's over there.
I love the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's great over there.
Yeah.
It should
And
probably stay there.
never went.
I don't
back
know
to
when the
that.
last time you played it was, but they
Dude,
like
long
that,
time.
that game is now like the game that they actually promised it was going to be,
Yeah.
and it's really fun now.
And evidently, it's doing very well now compared to what it was before.
See, now I'm gonna have to get it so that I can actually experience it now.
I'm not gonna play it.
So you can witness the anger.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not that
It's
bad.
fun. It's a great exploration game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very
Great.
cool. Very cool. I just wish there was more depth on the planets. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5. Those are the type of games that just keep going over and over and over again.
I don't give a shit about that.
Nobody. Yeah.
I can't see those.
4.
Yeah.
It was the next one.
One of the guys that works for me, that's the one game he buys a year is Black Ops or any of the Call of Duty, whatever the Call of Duty game of the year is. And he comes in, he starts going on about it. And to me, it's like white noise. I'm like,
same.
They're all the same.
But white noise is way better.
Yeah, it's understandable.
White noise is actually something you can fall asleep to.
I had the experience where a guy I knew was like, "Oh, dude, you gotta play Call of Duty with me." I'm like, "Well, which one are you playing?" I think it was Ghost at the time. He's like, "I got Ghost," and the new one was coming out, so Ghost was going pretty cheap. I'm like, "I'll pick it up for the sake of us playing together." So we play online a little bit.
I heard that was garbage. I think Call of Duty Ghost was garbage.
Ghost was
that game.
In fact,
the actual storyline of it wasn't
cinematics
bad.
on it too.
Yeah,
the cinematics were
really
cool.
impressive.
The only part that I really liked about the whole entire game, besides walking up to see that crater that happened, like the explosion in the crater,
that was some crazy shit.
It was crazy.
The crater.
Yeah.
But was you're inside of a like a football stadium.
Oh yeah,
and
I
then you
remember
have
that
the
part.
sniper and stuff. That was to me that was a fun part. But other than that, I was fine. I mean, only the cinematics though.
I had the moment at
the rest of
GameStop where the guy was like, "Oh, you're getting Ghost? Aren't you stoked for the new one coming out?" And I'm like, "No, that's why I'm just now buying Ghost." Like, no.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like 3 years too late. What do you think?
I feel like Call of Duty is almost the point they're like the sports games and the fact that you have that collection that runs out, buys it now,
Annual
brand
release.
new, you gotta have it.
Speaking
and
of
it's like,
sports-
why? Because next week it will be on the dollar bin.
I own Black Ops 3 because it came with like my edition of the PS4. And
Right.
I installed it once. I played one multiplayer game, died 40 times, and then I'm like,
Oh man.
Yeah, fuck this.
So FIFA and Madden are
FIFA.
releasing FIFA. Is it FIFA? I don't know.
FIFA FOFA.
And Madden are re-releasing the original FIFA and Madden. They're calling them FIFA 19 and Madden 19.
whatever.
Wow.
The same exact game it's
Yeah.
always been, and it's
Right.
never really. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid. Nobody cares about that. And then there goes your Smash Bros and stuff like that.
Yep.
Octopath Traveler is kind of like a small. I think it's kind of like a relatively small game that nobody really knows about, but it's an RPG that they're finally making on the Switch. That looks like it might do well. And then the last one, Crackdown 3, which I'll take it. I'm gonna buy it.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Anyway, Kelly. Did you hear about the Dark Souls amiibo that's coming out? I'm
did.
so excited about that.
Oh yeah, it's the what's the guy's name?
Solaire.
Solaire.
You're
gonna collect that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, but I'll get that.
Yeah.
I'm the
I
resident
knew
Dark
you would.
Souls fan.
It's
yeah.
it's
He's
a
the one that
desk.
does the funny dance.
Yep.
It's a desk ornament for you, basically.
You should try Dark Souls.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So sell me on Dark Souls. What?
Do you hate yourself?
Doesn't everyone?
Do you despise the ground that you walk on? Have you ever wanted?
Do you
like games that are
you take?
crushingly, unforgivingly difficult?
Oh, it's so much. Yeah.
to make you
it's a high
so
enjoyment,
incredibly angry that you would jump into a pit of needles?
Or acid.
right? Or acid, because it's that.
I broke
it's
2
that
controllers
enjoyable.
playing Dark Souls.
That's anger.
It's infuriating.
That is anger.
And
Yeah.
it is built to be infuriating.
Yeah,
And I witnessed
that's a
this
gameplay.
all
Like
the
dying
time.
is a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
In Dark Souls, like you are
playing on it.
supposed to die
Right.
a lot.
It's gonna
It
happen.
teaches you
Yeah.
lessons and teaches you about how things work.
It teaches you
the game.
patience, and the original creators for the console are like, you guys want to sell more controllers because we've got this right now.
That's why controllers
your-
are $65.
yeah, exactly. They're like, well, you know
It's
what?
a huge racket.
we got this. Yeah, we've got Dark Souls, and you guys are about to get more controller purchases. So Best Buy's like,
Boom.
woo!
It's I've only played it for a split second. I'm not a fan of them, but I like watching other people play it because of the anger.
You can see it.
The entertainment value you
the
get
red
is,
face
It's
build,
the
Not to
only
mention,
game-
controller clutching.
You might actually want to try. You have a PS4,
I
right?
had the PS4.
Do you have PlayStation Plus?
I did, yeah, and I need to get mine updated again, which
Yeah,
is bad because as my current employer, we even get a discount for PlayStation Plus, and I still let my
Wait,
flag. Shame
what
on
the
me.
fuck?
Yeah.
You got any
Little-
openings?
Little
front
pop.
counter? Let me know.
Yeah, I just missed out, but you just missed out. But if we can get you in,
That's what
yeah,
I heard.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Somebody told me you had a position open that.
I heard a rumor of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a rumor of
Excuse
one.
me. Do you know what this part is? I'm sorry. I'm just here for the PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm just here for the PlayStation Plus membership deal.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. What a random thing.
I
for a
know,
company
random,
to-
right? Random. That was a hell of a find.
So it's like 10% off or something.
Yeah, I think it's like 20. I think it's like 20% off.
shit.
Yeah, it's like 20 off on
If
it.
you get it updated, like this month,
You can get Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is free
And
on
Ratchet and
PlayStation
Clank.
Plus.
Yep, and that was a great part of PlayStation Plus. I did enjoy was the free games on them because hey,
Dude,
why
it's
not?
sick.
I mean,
I've been collecting them,
bang.
those free games, for 7 years now. I think it's been 7 years.
How big is the memory of your console?
Mine?
Yeah, can you?
He doesn't have them all downloaded.
I have a terabyte, but I don't have them all downloaded.
Oh, okay. All right, I thought somewhere in this house we were gonna have like this giant bank of memories. Like these are all PlayStation 4 games I've downloaded and haven't played yet.
No, we have.
You just walk into
you
this
can hook-
fucking like gigantic memory room.
Right.
It's
Looks like old school 80s movies of like what computers look like.
I wonder if you can.
There's
build
film
a
spinning and
server
shit.
Yeah.
that acts as a FAT32 to transfer games onto. I wonder if that's a thing. Anyway, but you can have external
Future
hard
Google
drives.
search.
So you could literally take like a 16 terabyte, have like 1,016 terabyte, and each one is a game.
Right.
How fucking
Just
crazy
keep
would
plugging
that
them.
That'd
be?
be insane.
You walk into someone's room and it's just like thumb drives just hanging from the walls with a tag on them. Why are there like a million?
Oh, this one's Dark
I wanna
Souls
play
1,
Uncharted.
Dark Souls 2, 3.
That'd be so weird. But yeah, no, I don't have them all downloaded, but it stays in a library.
You just keep it in the
And
library,
as
keep
long
it in
as
the
you have
cloud
your
there.
PS Plus, you can actually
keep
get,
them.
Yeah,
Right.
I have more. I almost hit them more for PS4 now than I do PS3, but PS3 is loaded.
No doubt.
Dude,
so
like
many.
since I've had my PlayStation now, I've acquired like fucking
Yeah.
eight games for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, you need to update yours to a little bit longer though, over a year.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had like
fine.
3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll tell me when I'm about to run out.
But
I
the
can
good thing
actually
is,
do
like,
that now.
when you get close to the holidays, you can find like a PlayStation Plus year
I
long
wonder if they'll
membership
have
for
an
like
Easter
38,
PlayStation
40
Plus sale
bucks.
where I can
It's
like
crazy.
They start nailing those huge deals up.
I
That's
want
pretty awesome.
to get a year deal for $40. That's what I want.
Starting March 2019, they're increasing the price of PlayStation Plus,
I'm excited about that.
and they're
can't wait.
gonna stop having PS3 and Vita games.
So you're gonna
Stop.
still have your 20%
they're gonna
off,
still, like,
so it'll
the
be
free
60
game.
when you start because that's what I pay now.
It's just
Beautiful.
gonna be
Look, I can see what I have coming
yeah.
towards me.
Yes, they're not doing PS3 or
At that
Vita
point, there would be a lot of
anymore.
good AAA games they could get for free. So
Yeah, I know, right? Hopefully, the quality of games
Stays as
is
high as-
better.
Do we know?
Well,
do
yeah.
we know what price it was going up to? I don't think I looked.
I don't know, 10. I don't know.
I hope it's $10 and not like $100. But I have been very tempted to do PlayStation Now because of the amount of games that are on that at the moment. There's also a flash sale going
even
on
with
if anybody's
PlayStation
interested.
Plus, like the quality of games they give compared to Xbox's service is phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
So, Ariel just texted me. She just said that a kid got hit by a car in the Best Buy parking lot.
today.
Is he okay?
I don't know. She literally just texted me that.
So
wow.
breaking news to you guys in Bangor: a kid just got.
Don't go to Best Buy.
Don't go to Best Buy in Bangor right now.
War zone over there.
That's too bad. I hope the kid's okay.
Potholes and kids getting hit by
I
cars.
can't imagine it was
that's
too bad, but
Yeah.
I mean, if
scary
it was,
shit. Hey,
I
old
really
parking lot, cars
I
don't
hope
move
he's-
fast
hope he's
enough.
okay.
Yeah.
So, Galactic Comics and Collectibles. You're gonna start up a website real soon.
Galactic Comics and Collectibles.com is coming.
How like right now? How do does anyone contact you for?
So I can be reached. Feel free to contact me. My phone number is right on my Facebook page at 6'5'9" Jesus, talking all the time. It is hard, isn't it?
It is.
And I'm also on Facebook at Galactic Comics and Collectibles. And if you type that in, it will come.
Hey,
right
you
up,
should
so.
create an Instagram. That'd be a great way to showcase if some.
And
of the
one of my
products that
buyers
you-
did say that, like,
Yeah.
man, you gotta get
Instagram,
Instagram
bro.
going,
Yeah.
so I gotta work on that. I want to build
Yeah.
a community
Hold on, I
page
gotta
too.
call the Galactic Comics guy.
Oh, hey, my phone's ringing.
Let's see what he says.
Thank you for calling Galactic Comics and Collectibles.
Yeah, is this Pete's Dildo Emporium?
No, let me get you. That's actually a guy's named Dave that runs that. Yeah,
Oh.
Pete was his lover. I'll get you his number. Hang on.
All right, I heard he was the guy to talk to. That was a fun bit.
All right, so guys, go on Facebook, find Galactic Comics and Collectibles, share his stuff, like his stuff, buy his stuff.
It
Buy my
actually
stuff.
sounds like you're
Support it. Build
you're
it.
in the same boat as us, where the release date for your website is real soon. We promise.
Coming soon. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's unbelievable. Every time I said, okay, building a website will be easy, and I got my buddy of mine that's he's
It's
getting
not.
into it for school. So he's like,
That's
man,
out
I need a
bag.
project. He's like, can I
It's
build?
not.
It was funny how stoked he was. I get this message one night. He's like, can I build your website? I'm like, fuck yeah, you can build my website.
Of course you can build.
You can build my website. I'm like,
does he want another one? Wait.
I'll move it on next.
Does he want 3 more?
As soon as he finishes mine, he's on to your guys. I promise.
you
Danny, I'm selling you out, buddy.
Is one of those our Overwatch one?
You want 4 more?
4 more. It keeps building.
We can't announce that.
I've got work.
No.
I got work going for this guy.
Cat's not out of the bag yet.
Dude, I'm telling you, we have the Winter House Gaming one that we need to do. We need to do the Pine State Con and BCTC one.
Yep.
And then we have a secret project
And I'll be on Pine State
that we are
Con
not going
galore.
to tell anybody until it happens because it's hilarious. And the end.
We'll tell you.
We are in over our heads.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell you.
Okay, so
It doesn't take much because I got to tell you, website building. I sat there with Danny and he's doing all this and I'm watching him. And I know you guys probably don't have point of sale system. You start adding an inventory point of sale and it makes it even a bigger bitch. And he's going, yeah, we can do this. And he's like, oh, wait.
Well, I mean,
just,
I don't know. Dave's a pretty big bitch.
well, this is true.
we
This
do
is
a
true.
Square.
Yeah,
we have
you
a
do Square with it.
That's
Yeah,
like-
you drop Square in, and you start dropping in PayPal.
Yeah.
You start dropping in. You know, I never thought inventory wise how hard that is because most of my stuff doing vintage right now. You know, I don't have 500 issues. I've got 1, 2, or 3 of a lot of it.
The funny thing is, our biggest revenue stream right now, and it's not even that big, I think right now, is Twitch.
Switch.
Yeah.
And we're not even made that much on it.
No,
I
doubt.
mean, until we start doing more of these expos and conventions, our biggest
Someone cheered
revenue
to
is gonna be
$15,
Twitch.
but it was Dave.
It was Dave.
Just to let you guys know, as of right now, for this podcast, we made 70 cents. Yeah! The Dabalicious dab. Okay.
But yeah, so Galactic Comics and Collectibles.
That's hard to say real fast.
It is really hard to say. I
Galactic
apologize.
Comics-
It's hard to say fast.
Galactic Comics and Collectibles.
And
Yo,
Galactic
gabba,
Comics and
gabba.
Collectibles.com. Save it when it gets made up because you don't want to
GCC.
type that shit in over and over again.
Yeah.
Hashtag GCC.
Yeah,
GC&T.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That sounds like AT&T.
Right.
I don't know
So
if you want to.
no, I'll probably get sued for that too.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you very much, Paul. We appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
very
me,
much
guys.
for anybody watching.
I'm going to
Everybody
be
get
on
out to Pine
Twitch.
State Con.
I'm going to be streaming all
To the Pine
day,
State Con.
pretty much.
So watch Tony.
Stay on Twitch if you're
He'll be
watching.
naked.
Don't forget, Pine State Con. Pine State Con. Pine State Con.
Kickstarter.
Okay, we're good. All right, love you guys. See you later. I got to hit the button now.
Push the button.
I'm pushing the button.
Yep.